Good afternoon, everyone. This is your friendly Princess House consultant, Katrina McCurdy, and I am here with Eleasa Jones, one of our customers. Just wanted to ask you a few questions about our Princess House products. Is that okay?
Great.
All right. So, how long have you been purchasing Princess House?
Since 1999.
So for a long time, but she's only 25, so she doesn't know that she started. So we want to talk to you about some of your favorite pieces you have been purchasing for a while. What was the first piece of cookware you did purchase from Princess House?
Actually, I became a consultant under you, and I received a kit, and my kit had the Fantasia in it, and it also had the crystal. It was the medley, I think.
Okay,
it was called
Orchard Medley.
Orchard
Yes.
Medley, and so those were my favorite items, and from that, I would continue and got more stuff and free stuff and free stuff.
Okay.
And then, but my favorite back then was the Fantasia and the Heritage.
Okay, so in the past couple years, what are some of the newer things that you've gotten from Princess House?
The red cast iron pot set, cast iron set.
Okay.
My favorite is the Dutch.
Okay, so we do have the Dutch oven here today. So tell me what it is that you love about the Dutch oven.
I love the weight of it. I love the cast iron. It's like your old grandmother's cast iron that you used to use on a frying pan, but pretty. The color really makes it, it really brings it out. What I like the most is that I can see inside my pot. And what I like to do is, my favorite is beef. Because beef seems to be tough if you don't cook it right. So the Dutch oven simmers everything and cooks it really slow and makes everything nice and juicy. And you could basically add anything you want to your beef. You could do chicken. You could do whatever you want. I've made pulled chicken. You put it in there, you cook it really slow for about 5 to 6 hours, and you can actually pull it apart. And and then you can do whatever you want with it. But it does wonders for meats. You could cook them really slow. It makes it so tender. I've even put some lamb inside, lamb ribs, and they fall off of the bone.
Okay. All right, that's great. So the next time she cooks, I'm coming over. So your other piece that you talked about was your Fantasia, which this is our Fantasia Miracle Dish, and this has been in the catalog for quite a bit. So this is our newer version. I know you have the older one, but now we have the 3-piece set. Tell us some of the things that you have made in your Fantasia, or that you continue to make in your Fantasia even after all these years.
Chicken, a whole entire chicken. I know this generation doesn't know much about a whole chicken. They like to go to Sam's Club and buy whole chickens and to the market. But you can get a whole chicken from the market for 1/3 of the cost of chicken that's cut up. And you can put it in this yourself, and you can cook it just like Boston Market.
Yes.
It will come out just as nice in this. It cooks it really tender, and it actually cuts down the time. I think at the most I've probably cooked the whole chicken for 45 minutes.
Okay, that's not bad.
And take the lid off, you know, maybe for the last 10 minutes, and it gets it dark. And there's times where I've left the lid on and the chicken still gets a tint to it.
Okay.
And I've also made macaroni and cheese in it, and it makes your macaroni and cheese, everything melts together. And it doesn't brown it, which I like. I know some people like dark macaroni and cheese or whatever, but I don't. I just want my cheese to do what it's supposed to do, and that's melt with my noodles. And that's what this do, and it looks very pretty, and it gives it a very nice, pretty color that you can see through. And it makes it even better that you can see exactly what it's doing. You can open up your oven, and you don't have to guess what's happening in the inside because you can see it.
So true. Great. So some wonderful dishes in this. And just to let you know, we have our new fruit and veggie savers. And when I first received mine, I have to admit, even as a consultant, I did not use it. Well, Lisa happened to purchase it and called me and was like, oh my goodness, I love those things. So since this is one of your favorite pieces, I want you to tell people what you love about the fruit and veggie savers.
Well, first I'm going to say, just in case this gets back to my mother, I don't want to be called a liar. I didn't purchase it.
Okay.
My mother did. And I was told to give it to her. And she never got it. She didn't take it from me. So I began to use it because I thought it was so neat. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was pretty. That's why I used it. I didn't really think it was going to help my vegetables or my fruits. I just wanted to use it because it is gorgeous. I like how it lifts up. You can pull it down. You put your vegetables. I like the way that you can open it up. Mm-hmm. Right? This actually gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes. And I love that. So you pull it open and you lift it up.
She got those pretty nails. She trying to.
And you lift it up. And you click this into place. You click it into place, and it gives you more space.
Yes.
So you can put taller fruit inside of it.
Yes.
So what's nice about it is, once again, you can see your fruit, you can see your vegetables, you can see what they're doing. I like the fact that you could take this off. So when I get my grapes, I put them in here. Strawberries, whatever I buy, I put it in, and then I put them in the sink, and I'm able to wash them in the container.
Yes.
It drains out through these holes right here. After it drains out, at some point I look on the side. Each side tells you how to preserve your vegetables or your fruit. So one side tells you your celery, your carrots, those kind of type of vegetables, and the other ones tell you your strawberries, your cherries, zucchinis, cucumbers. Mm-hmm. The other side tell you about broccoli, cabbage, corn, any vegetable there is that you have, whatever family, is on each side, so that you will not be confused about what you're putting in and what to do. Yeah. And it's also in Spanish. So when I look at this tells me whether to add water. Once my stuff drains, I put this at the bottom to lock it in. And then I read the instructions. It tells me what fruits and vegetables on what side. Mm-hmm. This knob right here tells you whether to open the vent or close the vent. So which vegetable and fruits are to be preserved. It also tells you whether to add water, whether it's a tablespoon of water or not add any water at all. And then what I do is I just use the measuring cup, do my water, and I just dump it in, and it goes and it sits in the bottom of this, and that helps whatever that fruit or vegetable is preserved. And I do follow those instructions. Yes. One time I didn't, and it didn't preserve it because I didn't follow the instructions. Yes. If you follow the instructions, this will work for you. My daughter is a witness. We have bought grapes, and we have put grapes, and I have an issue. Grapes are very expensive.
Yes, they are.
And sometimes, you get tired. You don't want to eat them all as soon as you get them. You want to make them last a little bit. I have had grapes in this container as long as 2 weeks without them going bad. They're still fresh. They're still plump. They're still the way I bought them and fresh. When you follow the instructions, you preserve them the proper way, this container will keep your fruits and vegetables safe for you, and they will last, and you will get your money's worth instead of having to throw your molded fruit away. Yes. And then your fruit grows into the next one. Now your fruit is going, you done wasted $20 on apples and strawberries. I've even put apples in here. Whole entire apples, instead of leaving them in the summer months, they rot a little bit on sitting outside. I put apples in here. I put whole mangoes in here, and I just let them sit, and it keeps it fresh longer, and it keeps them cool. You want a cool piece of fruit? This is the item that you would need that preserves your food long.
Very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, I really want to thank Lisa for coming to sit with us and talk about her 3 favorite things with Princess House. It's something that we're doing new.
Right.
We would love to have you do the same thing. You can give me a call. We'll come sit together, and you actually will get a free gift for sitting with me and letting me know the 3 favorite items that you have with Princess House and also what you love to do with them. So Lisa hasn't seen 2 of the new things that we have presented with Princess House for our new year. Because I know she loves to cook, the first thing I'm going to give to her is our Vita Sana. This is our 5-ply cookware. It will help your food cook 3 times faster than it normally does with our traditional cookware.
Okay.
So that's the first thing.
I love that.
Sort of looks like a pressure cooker, doesn't it?
Yes, that's what the first thing I said. I said, is that a steamer?
Yes, and it actually is. It has 3 different
wow.
ways that it does cook. So you can cook the traditional way, and then you can also steam with it. And the third way, it locks in and seals in your food. And it cooks like a pressure cooker, but you release it whenever you like. Which is really great.
Healthier around here.
Yes. It holds in 67% of your nutrients, which is the most important thing, because the traditional way that we cook. Why did you do that?
I did that because it has memeasurements inside of the pot. It has measurements.
Yes,
1 quart, 2 quart, 3 quart, 4 quart. It shows the measurements inside.
Yes,
how
which is
easy
really
is
great.
that?
So for those of you who really love to cook, you know it's very important,
And
especially if you're following the recipe.
That
No,
wasn't
it
a
wasn't.
gimmick. I really was shocked when I opened it.
It is
That's
the first
neat.
time she's seen it.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is really, really great.
Pretty.
It's really great, especially for your vegetables.
Yes.
I have a lot of people, vegetarians, who are really purchasing this because they really they cook so many,
really nice.
and this is really holding in the nutrients,
It has
which is
some
very
weight to it.
important. And your quality cookware will do that. If you that's the one thing I always teach people without even a name brand. Once you pick up your cookware, it should have weight to it. If it doesn't, my suggestion is that you leave it where it's at.
Right.
So that's important.
Okay.
The second thing that we have also in our Vita Sana this year that's really new that Lisa is seeing for the first time is our water filtration system. Now, how much bottled water do you and your family purchase on a weekly basis?
I purchase a lot of water because that's typically the only thing I could take into work.
Okay.
Is bottled water. So I do purchase a lot of bottled water.
The average American family spends $600 to $800
Wow.
a year on bottled water. They just don't realize it because they're buying 2 to 3 cases a week.
Wow.
So when you add that up, it is actually more economical to purchase a water filtration system.
Okay.
And it's actually 2 other good reasons to purchase one.
Right.
The first is because of the BPA that's out there in a lot of the plastics.
Okay.
And that way you don't have to worry about those different chemicals getting inside of
Right.
your body. The other reason, which is really great, is that it's really going to save the earth.
Okay.
There's so much plastic water bottles out there now that we can't even recycle them.
Oh, wow.
So I know in my building where I work, they changed to the water filtration system.
Okay.
And so it's a little thing going there that tells you how many bottles of water you save that they don't have to worry about recycling.
Right.
So a lot of new buildings and a lot of eco-friendly buildings, this is what they're doing now. So why not have one of these in your home that you hook it up right to your sink? And then you can have filtered water at any time. It's 2 hoses that go back here, and then it attaches right to your sink.
And it's pretty.
It is very pretty. And it also takes out over 65% of the contaminants that's in your regular tap water.
Wow.
But it saves you economically.
Right.
It also saves you when it comes to your health from the BPA.
Okay.
And it also saves our earth. Because we have to think about our children. I know you have 2 small children. So if we don't take care of the earth now, then what will happen for our children in the future?
Right.
Okay. I really want to thank you for sitting with me, talking about the things. We'll get you this. Talking about the things that you do love with Princess House, and we're going to give you your free gift. And so we thank you so much for coming with us. And it's going to be a surprise. I always like to give surprise gifts. So would you like to open it now, or you want to wait and see? Because it's up to you. We'll let it be a surprise. She'll tell us later what she got.
It's up to you.
It's up to me. You want to open up your gift?
Sure.
All right, so we're going to open up her free gift now. And she kind of told me something that she likes, but I'm a surprise of something different.
Oh, I don't want to open it. It's
See,
pretty.
everybody always says that.
You read really nice. Okay.
Thank you.
I want to do a core pearl and take my time so I can save this wrapping paper.
Can you believe she said that?
Oh my goodness, this is so nice.
So yes, if you do decide to sit with us, then we will bring you a beautiful free gift from Princess House that will be wrapped. You get the opportunity to tell people your story, and this is going to be posted on social media and also our YouTube page. I'm getting ready to snatch all that wrapping paper off because she takes
This ain't Christmas. You can wait a second. Now, this the thing. Whatever it is, it got some weight to it. Whatever it is, it gotta be good because it got some weight on it.
So that look, we have that part done. Now let's do the other part. She reading it. She cheating. Don't mess up your. She is just.
Talking about these nails, they work. Look. Oh, wow. Oh. Me and Courtney is going to go make some strawberry short cups.
What is a strawberry short cup?
So you add the strawberry cake, you add the cake, you can get it from any market near you. You add the cake, you add, well, first of all, you buy some strawberries, you slice them up, you sprinkle a little sugar over them, let them sit for a few hours and and make like a little syrup or whatever. So you put the cake at the bottom, you put the strawberry on top, and then you put whipped cream on the top, and you can keep stacking it, and you make your own little strawberry shortcake. But this is what you want to use it in because it's pretty. You can see through it. It's like when you at a restaurant and they come and bring you your little, they call them shooters or something now, and they bring you that. But this is a big, gigantic shooter. I'm going to the market or leaving here just so I can make one to eat in here, eat out of this glass. This is pretty. I love it. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. You are so welcome. Thank you very much for joining us today. And don't forget to contact your friendly neighborhood Princess House consultant, and that is me, Katrina McCurdy. My number is 267-251-0102, or you can visit me on my website at www.princesshouse.com/KMcCurdy001. Have a good day, everybody.